This episode of the WyzGuy Radio Show is brought to you by Mountain Glass Arts. For the month of June 2019, Mountain Glass is offering their Boro sale. They have North Star and Troutman rod first odds and seconds at 33% off. No coupon code needed. Just go in there and buy the glass and the discount will automatically come off. And for all you beautiful soft glass nerds, they have their CBS Euro Boros 20% off. Just use the coupon code CBS at checkout. Also, don't forget to go to Mountain Glass Weekly to check out their weekly sales. Keep an eye on their Instagram. It's at Mountain Glass. And they also have some kiln sales and torch sales. They now have GTTs back in stock for anybody looking for those as well. And for everybody on the West Coast, they also have a brand new location out there in Oregon. So now you can find Mountain Glass both on the East Coast and the West Coast. Super exciting news. And for any other questions, comments, or concerns, just go to mountainglass.com. That's mountainglass.com. Hello, and welcome to the WyzGuy Radio Minute, Episode 7. Talk of the different degrees of burns. Whether you're a novice or a seasoned glass artist, I can guarantee you've burnt yourself at least once or twice, and hopefully just from hot glass. Those of us unlucky ones who have been kissed by the flame have a clear understanding of what a third-degree burn entails. Don't get me wrong, first and second-degree burns are no fun either. But having your hand turn into the Sahara Desert in a matter of seconds has been the worst injury I've sustained in 2 decades behind the torch. Today I'm going to share the various degrees of burns, along with proven methods to care for and manage severe burns. The best piece of advice I can give you is to avoid working with hot glass in any other mindset than alert and focused while making every move behind the torch intentional. And always remember that hot glass and cold glass look the same. The type of burns and how to care for them. First, we have first-degree burns, which are considered superficial burns, which basically means that just on the surface of your skin, the epidermis. The burn site is red, painful, dry, and with no blisters. Mild sunburn is an example. Long-term tissue damage is rare and often consists of an increase or decrease in the skin color. I know myself personally, at 43 years old, my skin now is getting darker. Some things you can do for burn care for a first-degree burn. First-degree burns. First-degree burns are usually treated with home care. Healing time may quicker the sooner you treat the burn, too. Treatments for a first-degree burn include soaking the wound in cool water for 5 minutes or longer, taking acetaminophen or ibuprofen for pain relief, applying lidocaine as an anesthetic with aloe vera gel or a cream to soothe the skin, using an antibiotic ointment and a loose gauze to protect the affected area, and make sure you don't use ice, as this may make the damage worse. Never apply cotton balls to a burn because the small fibers can stick to the injury and increase the risk of infection. Also, avoid home remedies like butter and eggs, as these are not proven to be effective at all. So now second-degree burns. Second-degree burns involve the epidermis and part of the lower layer of the skin, the dermis. The burn site looks red, blistered, and may be swollen and painful. Burn care, second degree. Second-degree burns are more serious because the damage extends beyond the top layer of the skin. This type burn causes the skin to blister and become extremely red and sore. Some blisters pop open, giving the burn a wet or weeping appearance. Over time, thick, soft, scab-like tissues called the fibrinous exudate may develop over the wound. Keeping the area clean and bandaging it properly is required to prevent infection. This also helps the burn heal quicker. Some second-degree burns take longer than 3 weeks to heal, but most heal within 2 to 3 weeks without scarring, but often with pigment changes to the skin. The worse the blisters are, the longer the burn will take to heal. In some severe cases, skin grafting is required to fix the damage. Skin grafting takes healthy skin from another area of the body and moves it to the site of the burned skin. As with first-degree burns, avoid cotton balls and questionable home remedies. Treatments for a mild second-degree burn generally include running the skin under cool water for 15 minutes or longer, taking over-the-counter pain medications, acetaminophen or ibuprofen, applying an antibiotic cream to blisters. However, seek emergency medical treatment if the burn affects a widespread area, such as any of the following: your face, your hands, your buttocks, your groin, or your feet. Most of us that deal with hot glass and the flame will be dealing with second-degree burns. You get the occasional pick up the hot in the glass and burn yourself, but a lot of times, most of the time, like what I have right now and what I'm dealing with, is a good second-degree burn. So I initially took some Silverdene cream that we had on hand and put that on the both infected areas or both affected areas. And then I got a Band-Aid and wrapped those guys up. And I tried to work for a little bit after that, but I definitely don't recommend it, and I stopped immediately as it didn't really feel too good. And when you get a good burn like that, a lot of times there's nerve damage, so the burn is actually worse. There's more damage done, per se, than you actually realize. And now it's getting into third-degree burns. Full-thickness burns. Third-degree burns destroy the epidermis and dermis. They may go into the innermost layer of the skin, the subcutaneous tissue. The burn site may look white or blackened and charred. Burn care, third degree. Excluding fourth-degree burns, third-degree burns are the most severe. They cause the most damage, extending through every layer of the skin. There is a misconception that third-degree burns are the most painful. However, with this type of burn, the damage is so extensive that there may not be any pain because of nerve damage. The symptoms third-degree burns can exhibit include waxy and white color, char, dark brown color, raised and leathery texture, blisters that do not develop. Without surgery, wounds heal with severe scarring and contracture. There is no set timeline for complete spontaneous healing for third-degree burns. Never attempt to self-treat a third-degree burn. Call 911 immediately. While you're waiting for medical treatment, raise the injury above your heart and don't get undressed, but make sure no clothing is stuck to the burn. Some complications you can run into compared with first and second-degree burns. Third-degree burns carry the most risk for complications, such as infections, blood loss, and shock, which is often what could lead to death. At the same time, all burns carry the risk of infections because bacteria can enter the broken skin. Tetanus is another possible complication with burns of all levels. Like sepsis, tetanus is a bacterial infection. It affects the nervous system, eventually leading to problems with muscular contractions. As a rule of thumb, every member of your household should receive updated tetanus shots every 10 years to prevent this type of infection. Severe burns also carry the risk of hypothermia and hypovolemia. Dangerously low body temperatures characterize hypothermia. While this may seem like an unexpected complication of a burn, the condition is actually prompted by excessive loss of body heat from an injury. Hypovolemia, or low blood volume, occurs when your body loses too much blood from a burn. Now fourth-degree burns, the worst. Fourth-degree burns go through both layers of the skin and underlying tissue, as well as deeper tissue, possibly involving muscles and bone. There is no feeling in the area since the nerve endings are destroyed. And that was a pretty quick definition of a fourth-degree burn. You can just only imagine. You may have experienced at least a third-degree burn. This is why it's crucial when working on a torch with temperatures reaching as high as 4,000 degrees that you must be alert and focused during every work session. While coconut oil is a popular remedy for a range of skin conditions, it should not be used to treat burns. Many so-called burn treatments have been passed down through generations. Some of these are not only ineffective, but they could also make a burn worse. The following should not be used. Oils. Many people have claimed that essential oils and some common cooking oils, such as coconut and olive oil, are helpful for burns. However, oils trap heat, preventing the heat from the burn escaping. Trapping the heat can cause the burn to get worse instead of better. And this is something that I have personally experienced when putting lavender oil on a burn. Make sure your burn is cool all the way to the core if you're going to use any kind of oil like a lavender oil to help ease the pain. Essential oils are often boosted to heal all kinds of skin and other conditions. Some research supports their use, but this comes from a small-scale study. No large-scale human studies have been carried out to examine the association between essential oils and sunburn healing. Butter. Many people think that rubbing butter over a burn will help a burn heal. Despite its popularity, butter acts in a similar way to other oils in that it keeps the heat in and may cause the burn to get worse. No evidence supports the use of butter as a burn treatment. Egg whites. Some people believe spreading an uncooked egg white on a burn will help relieve the pain. However, there is no evidence that uncooked egg helps. In fact, it's more likely that the egg will aid in spreading bacteria to the burn. Ice. Many people turn to ice before cool water to help with the burn, thinking that the cold temperature of the ice will do a more effective job in cooling the burned skin. However, ice can cause more harm than good and can irritate the burned skin further. In some extreme cases, a person may experience a cold burn from the exposure to ice. Toothpaste. Some people believe applying toothpaste to a burn site can help. In fact, the unsterile toothpaste may actually help spread bacteria into the burn. When to see a doctor. Although first-degree and second-degree burns do not typically require medical attention, there are a few signs to look out for. It is important to monitor first-degree burns, as they may be second-degree burns with more damage showing up after a few hours. If a person experiencing a second-degree burn or higher, they should seek medical attention for the burn. Things to look out regarding burns include a burn that covers an area of skin larger than 3 inches. Burns around joints such as knees and elbows. A burn that affects the face, groin, feet, hands, or buttocks. Third-degree and fourth-degree burns require immediate medical attention. A person should not try home remedies when the burn is that severe. And this has been the WyzGuy Radio Minute.